Richard, what happened last time?
Last time, we got a little sidetracked in a mostly productive way as we went looking for the source. We got attacked by some trolls. Actually, no. First, we encountered a bunch. At the end of the session before last session, we encountered a large quantity of kobolds, which we defeated and brought under our sway thanks to Zuvnu and Magnus's collective charisma. The 3 surviving mercenaries, who are now Hounds of the Pine, in fact, if not yet on the register, joined us, and the kobolds continued to explore looking for the ogre and his lair, but we were distracted when we were assailed by a collection of trolls. So we were ambushed by 4 trolls, one of which had unusual capabilities, which we don't fully understand yet. We were able to slay the 4 trolls, but the unusual troll escaped in ways which made us suspect that they might have been a magician of some sort, because they either changed shape, or they took to the sky, or they became invisible. They did some magical thing to evade our ability to track, to apparently vanish from the world, and not in a fall into the other world sort of way. So our assumption, we were distracted. That is, and because of this, and our tremendous avarice for magical lore, which we could feed to Magnus to become collectively even more powerful, we were immediately distracted from Ogre Quest by Spellbook Quest. So we went tracking those guys, got into another huge fight with a bunch of bugbears and their Ogre Master. Thwomped them with the assistance of our... what are you showing to the screen?
Oh, never mind. I did mess it up. Squirrel! I did squirrel! Oh,
I gotcha, yes. No, I get you.
Distractions.
Distractions. We took out the bugbears and their Ogre Master. Basically intact. I don't think we had much in the way of casualties. I think we might have lost a few of the kobolds on the way, but even they came through mostly intact. Then we had another not-so-close encounter with the Red Dragon, whose mere presence was so charismatic and overwhelming that it trumped Magnus's charm spell over Zuvnu. And Zuvnu said, "Hey, thanks, giants, you've been great. We're going to go worship this gigantic dragon now. Goodbye." And they bailed, and we decided, whatever. But we're keeping this one. So we kept the smallest of the kobolds as a new minion, Fulf the Disciple. And we have decided that we're not finding that troll sorcerer / wizard / mage / priest, whatever. That trail's too cold. So we are now going to just go resolve the ogre thread so we can call that done and get back to dying in the hole in the ground, as is our way of life.
Or death.
Yes.
Nice. And it is...
I believe we are on our way to Anne's Redoubt.
Yeah. Excuse me. It is currently the 22nd of Owl of Lunasa. Weather has been clear, the mud is drying on the ground, and I agree with everything you said. You currently only have 3 henchmen left, 3 longbowmen. Monacan is a hireling, and Forf.
What is Forf? He's not charmed.
Can you turn on the...
He just Zuvnu threw him. You demanded to have a kobold, and Zuvnu threw the group. Zuvnu and his group of people threw them at you all. No need to charm. Although, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It might be a good idea to do so just in case.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
You awaken on the near side of the north-south road. Now this road, this former highway, chunks of stone, indications of way shrines and stations and guard towers and things, is kind of what leads you to know that there was once a great highway here. It is otherwise a wild, overgrown space. You can see forests to your northwest, winding their way up to a set of low, rugged mountains off in the distance. You can smell the sea breeze air far off to your east, many miles away, and then you see another set of reeks, rocky, low mountains to the west. It's otherwise grassland all around you. And what do you do? Dalton, you've got it.
Any objections to returning to Anne's Redoubt? None from Alaric, none from Bloombad, none from Jay, any from Bellamy?
Zombie enough?
Uh,
I'm not
Magnus.
From Magnus, right.
No.
All right. Back to Anne's Redoubt. We will take a direct route.
All right.
I say, so we woke up, you're saying we spent a night, and in that case, I will indeed memorize Charm Person and attempt to charm both first thing out of the gate.
Okay.
Does anybody require healing?
I should be good.
What does he
I'm
need
good.
to pass?
I mean, he needs to
Oh,
save.
sorry, that's right. Wrong game.
Yeah, I'm at full.
Save 18. He fails despite the high roll.
Save 18.
And fails. Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah.
4 feels like he's on like a holy mission now. He's been left behind by his people, you know, this is a big deal to them that their goddess has shown himself to them. So he's part of the really momentous things going on. He's much more silent and subdued, though. You don't have like the magnanimous, larger than life little lizard dog that you had before.
You will be missed.
Well, he is the runt after all.
Yeah. I noticed something really interesting here. Let's see, travel. Walking distance outdoors. You can travel your base movement rate in miles per day, which I believe most of you all keep down to 9. Because the ground is muddy, when it is swampy or marshy, horses go down to 3. Now,
Ooh.
it is hardened. I had been doing that instinctually. I didn't reference that, but I turned out to be right. But the conditions are improving, so you're able to travel a full hex now. So let's see. Without incident. When the sun sets and you set up watches, you can see when the sun rises, and eventually you get on the higher side of morning the next day. So everybody should mark off a ration.
This was the first or second one today?
This is the first day traveled. You can see the mountain that I'd mentioned before. You can kind of see a tower, just a tiny dot there off on the distance, miles and miles away. And then you see the edge of mountains to your west. Now, actually I forgot. Let's see, getting my games mixed up here. Is it Rangers cannot get lost at all, or they have to roll anything but a 1 and 6?
Checking.
I had been doing anything but a 1 and 6 in all my BX games. Yeah, you can't. Well, surprised. If it doesn't have the feature, I'll actually start doing.
It doesn't actually have anything about avoiding being lost.
Oh man!
In AD&D, there was, which is not this, there was a percentage reduction based on Ranger, but they probably didn't add that in yet.
Yeah, this is if you're intentionally trying to track something, you have skill checks. But yeah, interesting. You just have the alertness feature. If you all are okay with it, I prefer the BX rule for this, which is simply that on a 1 and 6 you can get lost as a ranger, regardless of conditions.
I would like
we'll
to
note
just...
that we have a a few good landmarks to navigate by, and a
And
good
a
map.
map.
Thanks,
And a
Jay.
map. Yes, map. That was going to be my point.
We tore up the ground pretty good, probably. I mean, there was a bunch of us headed this way. So.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, more going than coming.
Yeah,
We can track ourselves.
Yeah, follow our own trail.
Yeah, and in this case, I mean, all that aside, if you have a map and you can navigate correctly by it, that's always the primary reference. So if you've noted all this stuff, so where do you go, Dalton?
Back to Anne's Redoubt. If we can see the tower in that direction, we can see the 3 main hills. We should be able to triangulate our way back towards Anne's Redoubt. Like, we don't have any...
Roughly south, south,
Yeah,
or west, southwest.
Mostly west. Once we get closer to the westernmost hill, we can start to navigate our way towards Anne's Redoubt.
Okay, so you go west. Let me roll the encounters. And you have another good day.
Thank goodness.
You've got to tell me what that roll is after the session.
What roll?
The encounter roll.
Oh yeah, I like it way more than the one we had in BX and OSE. It was just once per day, and it was 1 in 6 once per day. Bill here has it once every 3 hours, and then it has a stepped dice chain system where you do a D10, but the higher the result, the worse it is. And then he has it per section where it can occur. So
okay,
and Shadowdark does that too. I prefer that greatly over BX. Greatly.
I always like when encounter tables are based on what's in the area.
Yeah.
Random encounters
with a weird one here and there.
And I've updated it, so as the ecosystem changes and factions act, it's all changing too. So, yeah.
That's cool as hell. That's a good random encounter table.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because it was definitely not what's in the S&W rules. So
yeah.
I just been kind of rolling that and winging it. But anyway.
Well, I still think that would make for a great game. You see the mountains, and you see the backside of the larger wooden towers that kind of sit on the back of this saddle. You can see just the tops of them and guards far off in the distance, and then and you're still about a day's travel away, and then this happens.
Uh-oh. I hear rain sound effects.
Falling on my head.
This time I vote we stay in town until the rain passes.
Yeah, I agree. Navigating this environment is just too miserable when under a heavy storm.
Yeah, we lost enough.
Especially if we're trying to recruit people to come with us.
Yeah.
All right, where do you? I know it seems silly, but where do you go from here? Like, let me know.
Anne's Redoubt.
Okay,
we need to go there to 2 purposes. One, we need to recruit people. We need to wait out the rain, and I guess we also want to get more rations.
So you dead reckon through them. So this and this is part of why I asked this. This is actually still, you're talking 8 miles. Okay. So what that would look like is traveling up a mountainside and zigzagging up the rocks and the scree and everything.
Well, we should make our way to their front gate.
Mm-hmm. Can we travel in? Are you implying that like we're at risk of injuring ourselves traveling into these conditions?
Whatever you might find on a mountain, including that's possible. I mean, but I don't know either.
But it's at the southeast foot of the mountain. So why don't we just?
It's on the
head
opposite
down
side. So you
could,
could
on the opposite side.
You could climb up the mountains, or you could go around.
We'll go around.
Yeah, go around.
Okay. I know it sounds like a.
No, that's a reasonable question. I feel like, especially under heavy rain, traveling on a mountainside seems...
If that's the case, which way do you go around, to the north or south?
Father Bloombad, what do you think is the most auspicious choice based on your understanding of theology?
I would say to the north.
Okay. The God wills it. North.
Oh,
Okay, so you go to the north, and now you're probably not exactly here, okay? But
No,
this
yeah, I
is,
getcha.
you're probably
Magnus spends the next hour shaking his head.
you're probably somewhere like more right there, right?
Yeah.
That would go south.
Muttering to himself, repeating the conversation that he just heard.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I think the most
Clerics
important
make
thing.
great random number generators.
This hill, these mountains here are farther away than that. Okay, that's not. But the visibility doesn't drop that much. The winds, they stay high, and you can see the river, so you get within a few miles of the river. Okay, those are some things I wanted to point out.
Okay.
feels like we might be going a bit far north. But
We're on the like the southernmost edge of the hex, but yeah.
Okay.
If the trolls were waiting for us to come back, they'd probably predict we go south.
Yeah, the straighter route. That's where they'd expect us to go.
right.
Plus, the brightest light in the night sky is north, so I trust in that.
Well, yeah, that's you can't refute that.
You can't refute that, he says.
That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
I didn't say the conclusion. I'm saying the premise that brighter light in the north.
Does anything horrible happen to us on the day of the 29th?
Nope. The third day passes, and you are you make it to the entrance.
All right,
Travel
it's the
around
30th
170.
now, right?
No, I have it as the let's see, 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth day, right? The start of
yeah,
the
and
fourth day? Which would make it the 26th of Iowa.
Wait, I thought the first day was the 27th of Iowa.
Oh, no, 22nd. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Now I know why it's raining, because he's got that image.
Just a happy accident.
right.
Also, like that, the rain texture is clearly superimposed atop the rest of the.
I know it is. I'm joking.
Raining
I
on
saw
the
him
horse
doing.
exclusively.
There it clears.
He's playing with me.
All right, here we are. We are at Anne's Redoubt.
Does the rain actually clear?
yeah, but not as you approach. I didn't quite. This is kind of condensed. I'm just kind of like pointing out the events as they happen, but it didn't last that long. It only lasted about 4 hours. It's just a
Well, that's good.
thunderstorm passed through, and yeah. So you actually sleep that night, maybe in a muddy place, but not in the rain. Okay, let's see here. All right. So, and I forgot I was gonna actually put this on the use dungeon draft. I'll try to remember to do that, but it won't take me long here to. I'll kind of actually use this image. It's a really good one. Kind of indicate what this is like. So you have these kind of big towers they've put against the backside of these hills. You have 2 or 3 large tents in the back, and then you have like this palisade around that, and you have a marketplace and a stable and a flop house that has 3 stories, and then you have another palisade that's since been built that is larger, and from there you have a graveyard with like a gravekeeper, like a hovel where he stays, and then you have like a bunch of hovels. And you've got the main barracks near the front gate where there's the outer guards and a bunch of hovels around them and tents. Father Bloombad has a friend in the slums, whose tent you all stayed in last time.
Yes.
And that's what you see.
And did you say the rain has let off, Ross?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And what time of day is it right now?
Morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, we need to find out where to go to hire people.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Alric and Dan and Jay, you guys are the most charismatic and also sensible of the group. And Bloombad, you and I are the most mercenary and mercantile. So how about you and I handle getting... Wait, no, but you're also like a local hero. Oh, whatever. Let's just all handle the hiring together instead of like
Sure,
splitting
yeah.
up.
Can we do it at that inn near that place near the entrance? That would be nice.
The flop house?
Yeah, near the entrance.
Okay. So you all
Is there
want
like a
to go...
lumberyard?
Say again?
What was that?
Is there like a lumberyard with a bunch of guys hanging out around the corner waiting, see if anybody needs work done?
Day laborers.
They've got the flop house, the lumberyard, anywhere else?
Where was the
Well-
lumberyard again?
No, I'm saying like, is there a place like that where like there
Oh,
might be
got
people
it.
hanging out that need jobs?
First of all, you come in, they greet you, they recognize you, you hand over your weapons. Does anybody try to hide
Yeah.
any weapons, smuggle anything in, do anything like that? No?
No, I hate that you ask every time though.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause one of these times it's going to be like, you shouldn't have given your weapons.
I don't
That's
know.
what it feels like.
Alright, so you
I
hand
mean,
over
this
your
is
weapons.
a sanctuary, at least for the moment, unless we screw it up big time somehow.
Yeah, and they won't tell you until after you've handed in your weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to a sanctuary that feels like this kind of sanctuary. I've got to be honest with you, Magnus.
No,
It
you've
doesn't
never been
feel
in...
like a sanctuary.
Well,
This
as
is the
far
first
as I'm
sanctuary you've
concerned,
been to in the Forest of Hope.
this was the first place that I came to that was a sanctuary in this godforsaken place.
Yeah.
I can't even say that word up the hill, but
Yeah,
nonetheless.
two of the guards look at you when you say that. From
Pardon
there.
my
They just
pardon
turn
my-
towards you. They're...
pardon my Frankish.
All right, so it sounds like there's two things. One is to look to see if there's kind of some able-bodied, kind of like waiting around, if there's a place like that where you might be able to find somebody. And the other one is the flop house. So the first thing is when you come in, you can see that there are... Actually, let me roll for this. There's an increased number of guards here today that you see out among this kind of, you might call this like an outer palisade or an outer gate, and then you have like the inner gate, and there's more guards like walking around and standing around in the outer gate today, and then at the main gate.
As we're dropping our weapons then, if I may interrupt, Ross, are you okay with that?
Please do.
Flanagan just asked one of the guards, what, last time we were in here, both times there wasn't as many folks up on the walls as there are now. Did something happen while we were out in the last few days?
They know you all by now, so they've seen you come in and out. Actually, I don't know if this person has. Let me check. No, they haven't. Sorry, never mind what I just said. He looks at you and he's like, I don't know why that's any of your business, stranger.
Well, we've been coming in every different day. I mean, I've noticed it's my business. I mean, I just want to know, we've been out fighting all kinds of creatures out in the wilderness for the last week. I want to know if anything's been coming in here. Helpful to know, that's all.
That's where we've been. He motions toward it. They've got, like, again, they cowl their faces, and they cover their faces and cowl their heads and everything, and He motions toward his companions and he says, "That's where we've been."
Oh, you've been out there too.
Aye.
What did you find? I mean, we've seen an awful lot of moss men. Big
Moss men.
creatures you gotta burn so that they grow back. I mean, I think we might even have a head of one, don't we, or something?
I don't think. I think
No?
we might have, but if we kept it, it probably started to grow back, and we had to burn it.
Oh yeah, right. That's right. You can't keep ahead of these things. Oh yeah.
He says, "Well, there's a lot of things out there. Saw a lot of blood. I'm sorry, not blood. I saw a lot of mud. Saw a lot of cold. And yeah, there's stuff out there in the mist. It's not like it was last season. It's like with all the spiders gone now, there are other things. Spiders kept other things away."
Mm.
And then
Law of unintended consequences.
all of a sudden there's these huge cockroaches. But when I say huge, I mean like, or beetles, you're not sure, but they're like this big. They're like dog size, and they just start coming out of one of these hovels, and a bunch of the guards come over and they start just killing these huge roaches.
You've really decided to keep me out of this town, right? Because I've mentioned the bug thing, man.
What the hell is that? Call out.
I look a little pale.
Sometimes the slums, they well, roaches have to eat too.
All right. Well, I mean, we're. I don't know who to talk to. I look back at Father Bloombad, but we're headed back out there probably tomorrow, out into the forest to the west, where we've heard there's some large beast with a bunch of dogmen. I don't know if there's anybody in here we could talk to who'd want to come with us, or basically we want to help. We want to clear out some of this stuff. So
Sometimes hunting parties from the slums go out, and now you actually see that there are groups of people in the slums coming out, and they're pulling away these giant roaches and dragging them around the corner for some unknown use.
okay.
As you're as he's saying this, and he says sometimes there's groups in the slums. They get together and they go on hunting parties, hunting raids. Maybe if you hang out at the flop house, you could meet one of their leaders. Do you have something to barter?
I expect we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just nod my head and move past and let anybody else speak if they want to.
Do we have anything to barter with? Out of character? Because I don't have. Dalton doesn't carry money.
Oh, I
per
have very
se.
little left.
I've
I
got
brought
like
silver with me.
Ooh. And of course,
Yeah,
they get a cut of whatever we find.
I have 10 gold.
I don't even have that anymore.
I have 464 silver on me.
It's good
We're
money.
good.
All right, so to the flop house.
Sounds good.
Sure.
All right. Let's see.
I obviously didn't say that out loud in front of anybody in this town.
Obviously.
Oh boy.
There we go. I have 5 gold and 2 silver pieces left. I start out with 10 and change. Paid for something in the town. I forgot what.
Jeez.
Okay. Let's see. So you. Let me do one more check.
You don't have a very good poker face.
Sorry. Check to see if there's anything that happens while you pass. Okay. So as you pass the, get toward the inner gate, so you're kind of, I'll make this like a different color here, like white. You came through here, you talked to one of the guards, and then you came back, you head towards the inner gate, and now you're headed to the flop house. As you go, there's people begging here, and you see an old woman like, please, some silver, please.
I have some silver. I have, how much silver? Oh, I only have 2 silver. I have 2 silver. That's what I give her.
You give her 2 silver?
Yep,
Okay.
I give her 2 silvers immediately.
She says, light bless you, friend, light bless you.
Yes, and you.
She says it in here.
Wait,
Yeah?
offer
We're
her
not
extract
there.
to-
You're in the outer area. You're over
Yeah,
here.
it's just up the hill, past the
What?
upper area.
Before we pass by the old beggar lady, consider paying her extra to raise awareness of the employment opportunity we are going to be presenting.
2 silvers already more than enough.
Yeah, we don't have a lot to spare.
That's true. Well, in that case, just ask her nicely, see if she can chill for us.
I don't trust this old bag.
Oh, then okay. Let's just not do that then.
You
Just
see
an
her
idea.
smile. Alright.
She's obviously the mother of the new thieves guild.
Alright, you head to the flop house. Let me see what you...
I'm gonna have a quick word. I'm gonna have a word in Menaken's ear, and send him on his way and see what or who he can find that might be able to help us.
Alright.
And Flanagan also nudges Alaric's shoulder
Yeah.
with his elbow and just says, watch where you're throwing your money around here. You never know what we're going to make what we might attract giving 2 silver to a woman like that.
Oh. Let's do some thief skills.
Ooh.
Menaken, let's do a hear sounds check. So Menaken separates out, but you can still play him. Separates away from you all, and he just takes a look. Let's see what you can notice.
4 and 6.
4 and 6, so it passes. You guys travel on to the flop house, but Menaken, he stands kind of, around the corner of one of the shanties, and you notice the woman just spryly get up, grab a staff, and she starts following you all. And yeah.
I see. Well then, I think Menaken will attempt to stay on her tail.
All right. And then this will be a move silently check. This will be the last one. If you get this, then you'll be able to kind of maintain
This
your
is like
reconnaissance.
slow horses I've been watching.
I ain't gonna do it.
Uh-oh. Okay. So you, Menaken tries to move slowly in the mud and tries to watch, but you lose track of her. And then she appears behind you. And she's like, oh, excuse me, sir. Is there something I can do to help you?
Oh.
Well, I suppose that depends. Why are you following my people?
I heard they were looking for people that could help them. I think I might be able to.
And how's that?
My name's Angel. I do some, I offer services to people here in this poor place. Your silver will go a long way.
Not my silver. Nonetheless, what kind of help can you offer such as us?
Let's see if I can demonstrate.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Demonstrated it. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Give me just a second. She, you see her, like, take her crony, warped, bent fingers. She takes two of them, and then she directs your eyes across to where somebody's trading some firewood. And, she moves her staff slightly back 3 times and whispers something, and then one of the pieces of wood rears up like a snake and then looks at someone, and they are terrified and they run off. And then the piece of wood just falls back like a piece of wood.
All right, what's your rate?
I don't think I have any need for gold. Instead, if you find something interesting, I would ask that we continue to investigate it. The first mysterious thing we find, we follow it down until we can learn more.
I don't think my boss will have a problem with that.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, good. And then it's like a friendly old woman again, and she...
All right, tell you what.
Next to you.
All right, well, hang out here. You know, it'll be... they're going to get mad at me if I just show up with you tagging me now. I gotta... You know, there's a
woman in the mud. Very well.
yes. Back into the mud with you. I like you.
A woman after your own.
Yes, a woman from the dirt. So yeah, he hurries back to the group and reports his findings. Turns out that crazy old bag can do some tricks.
Well, you already paid her.
Yes, well, for 2 silver, it sounds like she might be worth it.
I would agree. All right.
Wait,
So
she
while
wasn't
that
an old woman?
No, she's old, but
No,
she's got wizard power, apparently.
Or some sort of power.
Then why'd she ask me for silver?
Possibly.
Switch back to Magnus.
Magnus hat. Alrighty.
Suppose she needs to eat as well.
All right. So, also, you are at the flophouse. Meanwhile, I feel like I already wrote this. 4-1. Lost track of it, though.
In the flophouse, Flanagan will just lean over to Bloombat and Alaric. You two are better at... Alaric, you're better at speaking than I am, and you use better words. Bloombat, you're a hero around here or something. Why don't you two see if you can find any of these people, and get them out instead of hitting cockroaches, get them out and into the woods with us. I've got 10 gold that you're welcome to offer, but that's all I have.
Let's hold on to that for now.
That's...
We should go see a friend that let us stay in his hovel. Needled.
Do you want to do that while we look for...
Yeah.
Well, Ark, why don't you get up on the table like we do back at Caden's Rest, and just call it out. Tell them what we're looking for.
So, I'll kind of describe what you see as you come in here. You see the cell block who you talked to before Alaric, as you all come up to the flop house. And he looks alarmed and beleaguered as the guards don't see what's going on, and there are no guards nearby, and there are a bunch of people here in the flop house, and they've taken to drinking the nasty stuff that's been fermented to serve as a cheap wine, and they've drank so much of it that one of them is swinging back and forth from the rafters while a bunch of them are laughing, and they're kind of threatening to tear his place down. You can actually hear the wood creaking on the second floor.
Okay. And all right. Well, right away, Flanagan will just walk over to the guy hanging from the rafters. He's not thinking about it.
Yeah.
And he grabs him by the belt, and he just hauls him down onto the ground.
He slams, and actually the wood beams break in two places. You know, as his body slams on the ground. Everybody stops partying for a second. Looks at you.
Get a hold of yourself, you dumbass! You're gonna tear the whole place down.
Everybody's
Look,
gawking.
you got the caretaker all worked up. Get out of here if you're gonna act like this.
One man, he gets up, and you see that he's got half his face covered, which is obviously peculiar. And he gets up, and he's got a walking stick, and he comes over, hobbles over to you, and he's like, "Oh, we're really sorry about that, sir. Sorry to have caused any problems. Me and my boys will just move right along. No trouble or anything. We're very sorry."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just... You're going to tear the place down. No one's going to be able to drink here. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, did you hear that, boys? Now, calm down. You're going to tear the place down. See?
Shit.
We're not going to cause any trouble. They see that you're wearing, like, swords. You know, got all that equipment on and armor and everything.
We don't have swords anymore.
We do have armor.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
that's
armor.
true. You don't have swords.
We have armor, yeah.
You have armor. I mean, you're clearly, like, the closest thing to looking like a knight that they've
Right.
seen.
Wearing chainmail at least, and a dirty shield on my back. I'm not. I got no authority here. I'm just trying to seeing where you're gonna make a wreck, and I mean, this is your home. But I mean, I didn't, and I just call it to everybody. I didn't mean to upset the place. I just didn't want I just want to have a drink. I didn't want the roof to fall in before I get one. That's all. Here, have another one, and I'll go over to the bartender and just say I've got a gold here, and I'll buy everybody in here a drink if I can.
Everybody's like amazed when you produce a gold piece and put it down.
Try to say it quietly I'm not trying to flip it around, but I'm sure people see it. That's fine.
Sailbuck's like, I don't even know what I can do with this. I'll just have to hang on to it. But yeah, free food and drink. And now, you know, for a gold piece, everybody can eat and drink for the day.
Just keep off the damn rafters.
And
Shut up.
they say it seems to have this natural effect to your presence, you know. It gets them down and drinking and everything. They talk again, and this man who's covering half his face and leaning on a crutch, he hobbles back over to you, and he's like, "Now look, he looks at your chainmail and everything, your equipment. You look like you must not be from around here."
Any of you are welcome to speak up if you want. I know I've been talking a lot, so Alaric or Dolphin,
You don't
go
want me
for it.
talking. You don't. Charisma 4. I'm keeping my mouth shut. This is me in the corner.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're all like you're all withered. Yeah, I forgot. I'm not the greatest, but
What's
No,
wrong with that lad there, anyways? Are you all right?
I was blighted by a curse.
Ah, yeah.
And
I
they
know
all
how,
moved
I know
away
how
from
that
him.
goes.
Mood, brother, mood.
Yeah, it didn't get any better. Yeah.
In time, I hope to bloom once again as I find a cure for my ailment, but until then, I'm milking it for all it's worth.
Man, Dalton's got real janky. Dang.
yeah. Well, yeah, we're not from around here, but some of our friends have been up and been around. Father Bloombad, I don't know if you know of him, and our friend Magnus. But we're looking for, and I'll speak up a little more. We've been out wandering the hills, and we're looking to see if there's anybody who wants a bit of golden adventure and get out instead of hunting bugs inside town. Get out and do some real fighting out in the woods. We can provide food and a bit of money and a share, possible shares depending on your experience.
Everybody's looking
And
at you as you like
I don't,
slowly
and I'm
release
looking
out
back
of your
at
mouth the
Alaric.
word shares. Yeah.
I'm looking back at Alaric because I know he's going to get mad at me.
Alaric's like, and Dalton's like,
Yeah, don't say XPs. Possible shares depending on your experience. We're probably going to be heading out tomorrow if the weather's good. We'll be sitting here. We'll be here drinking all night. So if you're interested, come on to our table and we'll make arrangements.
He says, the name's Faligan, and my boys and I, we head out and we hunt things, bring it back, make money on the hides and the meat. Some of it in that stew right now. It has a weird, sweet, sickly smell to it in the stew, but it has protein in it. Mm-hmm. And he says, let me think. The Bloombad. You're talking about the Bloombad?
The one and only.
Oh, so he's come back.
Hey guys,
He nearly built this town.
That's what I hear.
Well, my lads and I can get them rounded up if you are going outside the gates. We'll work with you, help make camp, help guard the camp. But once you make it to wherever you're going, we're not gonna go inside. We've learned that people that go in places, whatever you're here to find, they don't come back out. And then,
no,
We
we've come back before.
yep,
Come
some
back.
of us.
Yeah.
if you
You
say
come back
so,
fine.
but there's a couple of conditions. First thing is, that scabbard there. He points to Alaric's scabbard for your sword. That looks like that holds an awfully nice sword. If we go with you, and you, of course, you'll make it out wherever you're going. But let's just say that you don't make it out. Then my boys and I will we'll get the rights to whoever's stuffs doesn't make it, no matter who does.
What do you think of that, Alaric?
It's extremely funny.
I'm gonna clean up after fourth. Be my guest.
Did you
Problem
bring
with
him
that
in
is
town?
the
I'm
only
just
thing.
staring at him really hard.
Okay, I guess then I step in. The problem with that is, it benefits you to slit our throats in the middle of the night and come back. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. That's not how it's going to work. I'm sorry. We'll make up some other agreement, but our possessions are part of a larger organization called the Hounds. It goes to those people, to those men over there. And I point to the three mercenaries, our hounds, the people who are still with us. We can offer you gold, but if you when you get back, or we half now and half later.
I got no need for gold here. The tribes nearby don't trade in it. No, I think that the lads and I are just fine. Besides, it looks like you can handle yourselves. You have all that equipment after all.
Oh, yeah. You could check it out later if you'd like.
Oh, that's awfully generous of you.
Yeah.
How many are you in your troop?
There's 7 of them, including him.
You're only going to go out with us if we let you take our possessions if we die.
Only if you die. That won't happen, right? You go in and out of these places all the time.
I like him.
It's
It's
not.
funny.
It's
This is
obviously
a funny bit.
it's much too high a price.
Yeah, indeed it is.
It's a strange price. It means nothing or everything.
And as you pointed out, it means they can kill us in our sleep.
Of course they can't. If they do that, we'd butcher them. They know this. We're very
Well, and their
strong
own-
warriors.
And then all that tells me is we butcher them before they butcher us. I don't want to go
No.
out there and have someone else I'm fighting. I'm saying this right in front of him too.
And there's no point in bringing dead men with us. So let's look for ones who want to stay alive.
I liked your joke, but alas, my comrades find it a bit too black at its humor.
All right, lads. Enjoy the food these fine
Carry
men
on,
have
carry
offered, Aye. Aye. And he looks at you with his one good eye, and then he hobbles off on his walking stick.
Okay.
Goes back to a table.
Yeah.
What was his
believe he's
name
got a
again?
walking stick.
His name was Fallaghan.
Halligan. Well, I hope we don't see. I got a bad feeling we might see that one again.
Well, that's actually not a bad feeling, because if we see him again, we know what we have to do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you see him, I thought his offer was really funny. I think you guys are taking it way too seriously. I thought I liked it.
It leaves a huge open.
A huge what?
Opening. It's just a.
Yeah.
I just.
Even without any overt action, the simplest thing of like holding the rope while you're trying to escape gives him no incentive to do so, because I think these guys are cowards that would try to create a situation where one of us didn't back up and would die because of that. But if they grew any, because they could grow any, we'd have to be watching them extra special during the evening, which divides our attention, makes us weaker. And if they did think that we were hurt enough to try to make a move, stupidly, because they'll get killed, we still lose resources, and we don't have them to help us, because we'll have most likely ended up killing them before we even get there. And then why did we go through all this trouble of getting people if we're going to kill them before we can use them?
Yeah, it's just it was funny, but you're right. It just undermines trust too much to have to be a functional like. I liked the bit. Just to be clear, I thought that was great, but
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go up to the person who runs the place again, who we just bought the round off of for gold, and say, we just talked to this Fallaghan fellow. I guess he has a crew that he runs around hunting in the woods with. Is there? The guard said there was maybe more than one band of folk. Do you know anybody else who we could talk to?
Selbach is this big. I'm sorry, not. Is it Flophouse that we're talking about? Keegan, my bad. Keegan. Wears these furs that come up around on his neck. You can see tattoos on one arm. He's really loud. He's like, I don't know who these people are. They just came in here, and they just kind of took over. I think I've seen some of them, but every once in a while they get together and start forming bands. Start getting their own ideas of forming a gang, maybe making their own redoubt, or taking over a nearby fortress or a castle. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if they do it. Most of them probably end up dead, just about to the extent of their ambition. But I appreciate you keeping them from tearing down my house. And I'm sorry, what is it you asked him? Because I was.
If there's any other bands that are other than this guy, this Fallaghan guy that he knows of, who might be more trustworthy, more reliable?
No,
not even a leader, even just some hard workers.
Well, you could always go down into the slums, and you could But you need you need commodities, wagons of food, lumber, dry lumber, something that can be used, stone that can be cut, something that can be traded, horses, sheep. If you don't have anything like that, it's not gonna help those people. Meanwhile, I'm gonna pan the camera over to Father Bloombad, who is currently in the slums, and I believe you spoke last time to Neelid, the locksmith. He's got those gnarly teeth that have been jammed up in his mouth, the fake teeth.
Yeah.
His real teeth are worse. And he's like, my friend Bloombad, good to see you. Come on in, come on in my tent. And it's much too crowded and uncomfortable, but he invites you in his little hovel.
Especially with me bringing my horse in with me.
Nice.
Somebody,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Good. No, what were you going to
say? Somebody has a kobold with them. How are we doing that?
In the sack.
Ah, that's right, the sack. Sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on. My bad. Go ahead, Heretic. My bad.
So I'm going to go into his hut and say, like, good to see you again, my friend.
Oh, it's good to see you, too. It's good to see you, too, Bloombad.
And I gave him 10 silver last time for letting me sleep here, so I'm going to pass him 10 silver right now.
10 silver pieces. Oh, you're a saint, Bloombad. I can never repay you for this.
Yes, you can, actually. I have need of some men. It's 6 to 8 men, loners. Perhaps haunted men looking for an organization in which they can excel.
Oh.
Should be good with a bow or a sword.
Well, I have to tell you, Bloombad, I don't know anyone that could do that. Most of the people here in the slums, begging, barely getting by, eating the bugs. And then you've got hunting bands. Some of them don't come back. One of them's up in the flop house right now. I wouldn't trust him if I were you. But there is one person that I know, and I wouldn't tell you this, Bloombad, but well, you've done so much for this town and all these people that I think I have to tell you the truth about this woman. She doesn't tell anyone, and she's a bit on in years, but Carolyn, the gravekeeper. She's no gravekeeper. That's why she can get by just taking care of graves. No one paying her to do that. Everyone thinks she's just some poor woman. No. She's able to find and hunt her own things. Leaves out the main gate. I've seen it. And besides that, I've seen she's got armor. Iron and steel. She was a guard or a sellsword or something in Eastreach. She doesn't do that now, but it means she knows how at least.
She's perhaps a woman of some faith.
I wouldn't want to say that on her. She's a nice woman. That she's some kind of that she's not telling people who she is or something. But well, I think she was an adventurer. Like a tomb robber. Someone who sells their horse and sword and armor for money.
I've heard of these people. Does she have accomplices?
I don't think so.
All right. I mean, if I give you some more silver, do you think you could try to find some loners?
Well, I would take some more silver, but I won't. I don't think there is anyone else. You could find somebody that is starving, but I think they'd slow you down. They'd take anything if you just give them food.
Oh, at which point I will give him day's rations.
Oh, thank you, Bloombad. Thank you. And he actually shakes your arm. Gets on his knees.
That's no need, my friend. How about
Okay.
this? Do you know some? Do you know some kids, some young urchins perhaps that could do a little night surveillance?
The urchins that I've seen are a strange lot. They kind of act like insects now. I don't think anyone takes an account of them. They've sort of learned to be real strange to survive out here in this place. I don't think there's any kids as you and I would know them out here. Most of them died last year.
I mean, do you know people that would just do some watching, lookout work, the night?
Ah, here in town?
Yes.
Well, I would do that for you, Bloombed.
Well, I want some younger people that can blend into the shadows when necessary. You know what I mean? Sure, you know, like, you have to have a friend that has a child or something that would be able to do this work.
All right, I think I know a couple of people. He looks down at his food. He's really sad now that he realizes he's probably got to give his food away. And he's like, I think I know some people.
Right here, I'm going to give you 8 silver. I want you to have, like, maybe 4 of these people that you can find. Give them 2 silver now and tell them to watch the weapons shack, where we have to deposit our weapons overnight. Just hide in the shadows and keep an eye out. And if anything strange happens, they should send one of them to get me.
All right, I'll do that.
So give them 2 silver now, and tell them you'll give them 2 silver tomorrow if they keep their duties. And tell them you'll know.
All right, Bloombed, I'll do it. I'll do it.
And if anything happens, there will be a bonus for you and one that comes to fetch me.
All right. He looks kind of forlornly at his ration that he knows he's going to have to give to those hungry kids, and then...
No, I gave him 4 silver.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I gave him 8 silver. So he can give the each, like I said, 2 silver. He can eat, and then they can watch, and then
All right.
get more in the morning.
Yeah, you give him some money and some food, and he claims that he'll try to find somebody that can keep a watch around the clock on the guardhouse at the front gate.
So they must be very covert about it.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, my friend.
All right.
I'll try to bring you some more food tomorrow.
So, back to everybody else. I don't think there's really anybody else in the flop house or nearby that you could hire.
So what are we looking for besides mercenary types and adventurer types? Anything else that we need? Like, we don't need torchbearers or anything like that. We're not going in a dungeon.
It sounds like all we're going to get, no matter what we want, is some kind of sellsword turned gravekeeper and old lady who can turn sticks to snakes.
You think we might need any people to, like, maybe watch horses while we're out there or anything like that? Even something like that?
Maybe, but I don't think we can find any that we can trust.
Maybe
Father
Webb was talking about these weird mutant urchins and stuff like that. May they be somebody that can just, keep an eye on horses? They'd be cheap. Small.
We'll take them back and eat them. I don't think we can trust anybody around here.
That's a good point.
Feed these people for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's wild.
Yeah.
This place needs to be a lot more prosperous before we can start asking.
We'll have to leave the urchins to their urchinating.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really love that. Like, money doesn't mean much here.
Yeah.
We don't have a currency. Yeah.
That's good because we don't have much.
Yeah.
Well, should we? So, out of character, actually.
Let's go ahead and grab up all of these. We got this one magic user / druid or whoever.
She has to be a cleric if she wears armor.
No. I'm talking about the. Is the gravekeeper? Is the gravekeeper meant to be the same woman that Manaka
I believe it's the same one.
No, they had different names. One was Angel, the other one was
Angel
Kelvin.
Yeah.
So then maybe we should go visit the gravekeeper.
Absolutely. And then what we need, if these two are actual adventurers, then that's a great idea.
But maybe Angel's just her tavern hall name.
Well, we'll find out in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. It's called
I'll
content.
come back and touch base so I can find out what Manon can find out, and then I can go see the grave.
Yeah, okay, let's all just head there.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Ross, we can go ahead and assume that Monacan, she's generally accepted, so she doesn't have to sit out in the mud anymore. We'll,
You're talking about Angel?
yeah.
She gets up. Oh, it's nice to meet you. My name's Angel. Thanks for taking an old woman along with you and agreeing to look into things. I'm just interested in what's in the forest.
Yes, I hear we might have similar interests.
Oh, is that so? You like the forest as well? Animals and trees?
No, I hate the forest. I hate the forest. As much as it's possible to hate anything.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well,
but I do enjoy mysteries and interesting items and exploring unknown.
Oh,
I just hate bugs. I have no problem with forests.
The forest, I think, offers quite a lot of that. She's
Yes.
looks absolutely cronish. Like has like the robes and is bent over and big nose, the whole deal.
For the most seasoned.
Yes, well, while we're here, we might as well.
Okay.
All right, so you guys go to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we should take her with us.
Let's ask her if she knows this person first. They might not. It might not be to our advantage to bring it up.
Right.
She says, I actually am somewhat of a stranger in this town. I don't really know anyone very well here.
Well, you said you help the people here.
That doesn't mean I know them.
This is true.
That's true enough. I suppose we have that.
Agnes, you should keep her busy. Well, I'll go. Maybe with somebody else.
Yeah. Yes, sounds good. I'll continue conversing with this lady in the tavern, in the flophouse.
I'll go with Father Bloombad.
All right.
On the way, I don't know if this is something that you're concerned about, Father, but back in Caden's Rest, you and Caden would regularly pray to the light and determine whether the people coming with us were true or not. I mean, that lady's as much of an old hag that could turn into a bat as anybody could. I wonder if that's a concern for you. And I trust your judgment.
Yeah, I don't dare cast a spell within these walls.
All right. Fair enough.
All right. You make it to the graveyard, and a bunch of stones have been hewn into tombstones and placed as symmetrically as possible. Some of them have already fallen over. This stocky, short woman wearing I can't think of what this is called, but like a big heavy it's a big heavy material that just kind of lays heavy on you. I can't remember what
a kirtle.
Yeah, maybe I can't think of, but it's like an apron, but goes over a bigger part of your body, and she's got a leather hat on, and she's stocky, got a big warty face. She's looking at someone and arguing with them, and she's like, I'm so sorry. No, you can't come here and start digging up people. I know it's muddy. I know that they had a shallow grave. I'm doing the best I can. No, I'm sorry. You can't do that. I understand you say you know them. Look, I knew a lot of people from East Reach as well. Once they're there, it doesn't matter. No, I understand that we probably need whatever was put in with him, but that we're just not going to do that. It's too important, and you can tell that the other person is basically. Some people were probably buried with some of their belongings, and at this point, people are desperate to try to get anything they can.
God.
Wait until they're done.
Eventually, well, actually, let me see what this person does. Oh, man.
All right, fisticuffs coming up.
Oh yeah, 2 on 2d6. Yikes. Is that super friendly or super not friendly?
This person tries to strike this woman
Oh, I'm not gonna have that.
and succeeds, clocks her in the face.
Oh!
And she, let me check a couple of things here. I think that's 3, 4. What do we got?
Well, maybe the person who kills the gravekeeper is bring this one out.
Right.
Yeah, your punishment is you're coming with us.
Hunger Games.
Died in character creation.
Let's see who wins.
All right, so she gets clocked in the face, and then she's gonna swing around and attack. Oh gosh, she misses. Okay,
I'm gonna try to grapple.
Oh, she hits again. Okay, yeah, you can act. So you're gonna try to grapple. Which
I wanna-
person?
I'm gonna try to grapple the guy because he's
Hit
the
his
one who
ass.
swung.
Yeah, you slam him. Well, actually, roll a d20 then. Let's see if you can do it.
Woohoo!
All right. Yeah. Well, does that beat your saving throw? Of course it does at your level. So you slam him into a nearby tombstone, shatter the stone, and you get him you pin him to the ground. And she.
The lady, would you like to smack him one?
She comes over and kicks him in the gut.
Good enough. One
she's like,
one blow evens it up.
Sorry about that. Look, look, and she bends over and whispers in his ear, Ulysses, I know these are hard times. But this isn't how we solve these problems. Head back to your house and your family. I don't want to see you here again this week. Do you hear me? And he just like mumbles in the mud. And yeah, if you let him up, he stumbles.
I look
off.
to her. If she signals that I can let go of him, I'll do so.
Yeah, she does. And
Okay, I let go of him, and I quickly spring back, and I'm ready to jump him if he does something.
she sees that you're like in chainmail and all that kind of stuff, and she kind of naturally kind of stands a little taller, almost instinctively, as if she's back in another time and place under different circumstances when she sees how you are dressed. And she says, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. Look, don't think ill of you, Ellis. People are just trying to do the best they can here." And she looks sadly down at the graves. There's quite a lot of them. There's probably 24 grave sites here.
I understand the sacrilege of going into a grave in extreme measures, but to strike a woman over it seemed beyond the pale for me.
Oh, I've been struck a few times. And you look at her face, and you can tell it's been struck a few times. It's got her nose is bent. Her face is kind of, yeah. She's
wrong.
She's a rough woman.
I know, and I say still wrong.
All right. Well, yeah, I didn't think it was very right myself. Anyways, look, stranger, thank you so much. I don't have anything to offer you as a repayment for your kindness.
No need.
Oh.
For one doing such wholesome work here on the frontier.
She wipes the mud off of her hands and stuff where she's been tussling with somebody, and she says, "Oh, well, thank you. You all do not look like you're from here. Where are you from?"
A place called
Caden's Rest. Caden's Rest.
Formerly
Caden's Rest.
Zelcor's Ferry.
Zelcor's Ferry. You're from Zelcor's.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mind him. He twitches and drools. It's not his normal state.
I don't drool. I spit.
Oh, she backs away a little bit. Well, anyways, I'd heard there's, a ferry there, Zelcor's Ferry. Some people try to make it through the woods and travel north to make it up there. I hope they made it okay.
Not too many do.
Aye. The rest of us chose to stay here, do the best we could. Most of those didn't make it. She looks down at the graves.
Yes, I helped establish a church up there.
Really? A church and everything? Oh. And here it is. I thought that the whole old kingdom of the true king had just fallen out here in the far north I mean, but anyways, what can a humble gravedigger do for you, valiant gentlemen?
I've heard that you're perhaps valiant yourself.
You catch a notice. You notice a nervous look in her eyes when you say that, and she says, well, I don't know what you mean. I know that. I mean, all of us are really. All the people that came from Eastreach. Anyone that can survive out here in this town does have to be tough. You're right about that.
We've heard that you sally forth on occasion into the wilderness.
Oh, no. Not me. These old knees, they wouldn't hold up to do something like that anymore. I mean, not that I would do something like that. No, I just do the best I can in the surrounding area, mostly depending on people's kindness. What that there is I can find.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, we all come from all kinds of pasts, and we got nothing to. You don't have to say where you come from or anything like that. We're just looking for some help to go out there, and I mean, if you'd rather stick to your business here, that's fine. But if there's some way that we could convince you to come out with us, no questions asked. You don't have to know your name, know anything about your past or anything like that. Well, we'd be happy to have you come out there.
She looks just like dumbfounded that you'd even ask, and she's like, where are you going? What are you trying to do, stranger?
Well,
Smite back at the darkness.
You're one of
kill an
those.
ogre.
I see. You're like, I've met your kind before. No offense. Admire it much, but I don't think that's for me, I'm afraid.
All right. Well, what is for you? You just you seem like someone who's seen some things, and now you're holed up here in this place, tending to graves. I mean, I'll leave you be if you want, but I just you raising my curiosity as well.
Well, no one else tended for him, and many of these people I knew. And besides that, yes, we'd seen things, but all of us had. After the eastern reaches fell to those murderous, horrible raiders and reavers and criminals, what we found in the forest was worse. I thought we had already fallen into the underworld, into hell, into our just torments. And then some people came and they beat back the spiders. People like what you say, you know. So
People like me. That was me and my people.
You?
Yes.
Oh, you were here last year. You fought the spiders?
Yes.
Oh, we have much to thank you for, sir.
Now we go for ogres, kobolds, or dogmen.
Well, it's true. I have heard those lizard dog things. Some of them in the forest. Every once in a while, someone will disappear, but mostly, if you stay out of the forest, I've seen them leave people alone.
You don't feel a calling? Do something about them?
One thing you might consider is that we saw these this ogre leading his lizard dogs scouting out what used to be called the Zelkor's Keep for a weakness to get in. If they're willing to go that far to do that, they may not. If they don't find anything else, they may be willing to risk attacking Anne's Redoubt. Or maybe they didn't attack it before because they hadn't seen it yet, because that's right, Anne's Redoubt is relatively new compared to Zelkor's. Who knows?
I mean, we've seen these lizard dog things. They're only about this big, and they're what, a dozen at a time, maybe. They won't be able to get through these walls. Our guards. This Redoubt is is the strongest thing out here anybody could find.
You know, out of character, I really like this. She seems really cool, and I just want to support her. I don't think she wants to come out with us.
Aw. And you know she'll probably get murdered.
You guys can disagree with me. Flanagan's going to say, look, what you're doing here is good work. I mean, I don't even know the entirety of it, but I trust you, and it's, a beautiful thing just protecting these graves. And is there anything that we can do to support you? Is there anything you need down here?
Oh, yeah.
An investment.
Well, yes, there's something you could do. The stones. Every time they bring in a shipment of stones, they always bring it over to the walls. Anne and her people always get the stones when they buy them or trade them off. But if I had stones, I could, actually, we could build a small missionary shrine here, out on the outer wall. I don't think that Anne's people would be too upset. It'd be always off on the wall there on the corner, and we could hallow the ground. These people's poor souls, they could be ushered into the light.
I don't know if Anne would go for that.
You don't think so?
Anne has beef with the light.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
we can help you by taking care of the ogres. I don't know about the temple thing.
I see.
Worth considering, but
It just makes me sad that these poor people just have a hole in the ground. By the rights of the Church of the One True God of Albion, who can say how their souls wander between here and, the other world?
I mean, if we were to build you something, help you carry things to build on the outside?
Well, that's an idea.
Because they would be, sure, there might be somebody, going there, but they could do it here too, and,
We may have to exhume the bodies, but to tell you the truth, she looks over towards the slums. There's some people about to do that as it is.
They may be less likely to go outside the walls to do it.
Aye. And if we could cover the graves in heavy stone and hallow the ground, put a small stone mission, that would be a good thing to do for these people.
Ooh, that's some complicated stuff. I mean, I can't help but think you're going to make an enemy of Anne in all this, but I appreciate it. Even so, I mean, I think you're doing good work, but there's going to be tension, no doubt. And I even find with ourselves, like Bloombad. I mean, you've been here, and Magnus isn't here. Bloombad, you know the place. I mean, it's.
There's one other thing that you could do.
Father, how could she object? I just muttered that.
Instead of trying to find a whole lot of stone and creating a shrine and everything else, what if instead we found a single crypt, a place that we could lay them all to rest under the ground? There used to be such places around in Albion. If you ever found a place like that and told me about it, we could, I hate this, but exhume the remains, put it together on a wagon and take it out there.
Yes.
Well, maybe this ogre lives in a crypt that could be consecrated or something. I don't know.
Let's go check.
Maybe that's what we'll do. But we'll promise when we're down here, we'll come check in on you. And think about it. When we leave, we'll come back here. And I appreciate the work you're doing, but you might find in Caden's Rest there's still good work to be done. And you might find that there's more allies. I know that's not what it's about, though, is it?
I'm not sure quite what you mean, sir. These people are my allies. We've been through a lot together. She smiles.
Okay, I get it.
I give her, I hand her 20 silver. I say, like,
20 silver.
Here, this is for the good work.
I'll give her a gold as well.
That's incredible. Thank you so much.
you'd care to make more, you could meet us at the gates tomorrow. To your armor.
What's your charisma score?
Oh, it's low. Hold on.
Low charisma, buddy.
9.
Yeah.
That's average charisma.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
She looks, kind of smiles, has a sort of forlorn look in her eye that smiles past it. And she says, "Thank you so much for everything you've done for me, and I do hope you visit me again. And best of luck out there."
Might be with you.
And with you, sir.
Well, that was an inspiring woman. I'd say as we walk away. Well, I guess we're going out with an old witch.
Yep, we have to stop by here on the way back and see if we can set up that shrine. I'm sure that, she can't claim the outside of the countryside to be ungodded. That seems weird.
It all depends on her true motives, which she keeps well hidden.
Well, it's very simple to have the father ask if there's any rules, because I have a list of rules here.
It's now nighttime, by the way. This is the.
That wasn't on the list of rules, so we can ask about that. That was not on the list of rules. So she kept adding to the list of rules, but that wasn't on the list of rules.
There's definitely the outside the walls, you can get away with a lot more than you can inside the rules, and it's the inner walls where you absolutely cannot invoke.
Right. That's why I'm thinking the outside of the walls should be good.
Flanagan, as soon as you say that was an inspiring woman, I guess we're going to go with a witch. All of a sudden, she appears right next to you, and she's like, "Oh, thank you for the kind compliment, sir." And she's hobbling along right next to you.
Oh, I like her already.
You hiding in the shadows or something beside us the whole time?
No.
Teach me your ways of being old and creepy.
Magnus is suddenly sitting by himself at a table, looking around like, "Where'd she go?"
You see Dalton doing this.
Right.
Oh no.
I'm not even going to take Detect Evil tomorrow. I think I already
Thanks, man. I'm glad you're doing it. I'm telling you, man. She's evil. I know it. She's going to turn into a bat. A giant bat.
You said you'd cast Detect Evil?
Yeah, I'm not going to bother.
Okay. All right.
It's better not to know.
Nighttime comes. You've spent enough money. You have food and drink and everything. You've certainly gained a lot of attention of a lot of the locals and everything. You're able to stay at the flop house without any further investment. You have food. This is the 5th day, so I'm sorry, on the 4th day you have food, so you don't have to mark off a ration. Stay at the flop house, and on the 5th day you have food, so you don't have to mark off a ration for the 5th day.
We're going to take walkers with the horses also.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
If they're going to eat giant cockroaches, they're going to eat horses.
Yeah, I mean, a horse would be yummy. Yeah. All right. So, Dalton, what do you all do? It's the 5th day now since we started adventuring.
Quick check before we eat ourselves into the wild blue yonder. What's our food situation? Because I've got 6 days of rations left, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to get more.
I have 26 left.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, I've got 4 days.
Okay.
But I'll beg for you guys eventually if I have to.
I have so much rations.
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, so I've got 6. And we've got 5 PCs, the 3 mercenaries, Manakin, 4th the disciple, plus the witch. Or what's Angel? Her name's Angel?
Angel.
Yeah.
I didn't have that heck much, as you know.
So 11 mounts.
Down to 11 days.
26 plus 11 plus 7. So we go through 11 days of rations each night. We don't know how long it'll be. We might want to
get more. But how are we going to get more there?
Buy them at the flop house.
As you're that evening, you're eating at the flop house, and so maybe this is something that Magnus, you're chatting with Angel, and she says, "This the forest we're going into. What is it that we're seeking there?" She says. Magnus.
We seek some monster by the name of
Oh.
Vorlak. That's by the name of Vorlak.
Oh, a
Yes,
monster.
he leads a band of these dog lizards, and some of my literature suggests they may be called kobolds.
Ah, kobolds. So you'll be going underground then.
It seems very possible.
I have some salves. I also can read the stars and leaves and trees. I wonder what sort of things you know about Vorlak or these kobolds that might help me decide in what ways we could. I might be able to help you, since you've been so kind to bring me along.
Yes, well, we know the kobolds seem to worship dragons.
They worship or fear dragons. They also are often, to our knowledge, always armed with missile weapons in case there's anything that might help protect you against that. The ogre, we imagine, will likely be a armed and armored big brute with big axe or club to beat us on. I don't think there's going to be a lot of complexity with him, but we don't know.
It might be a challenge even just finding them as well. If
Right.
you're the kind
We
of
also
person who knows the forest.
I see.
We have our guide.
Oh, you do? Who is that?
Fourth here. I hold up the large sack. I
Exactly. No, that's exactly it.
Be quiet,
Richard
Fourth.
did. Subsequently, he's quiet. He obeys.
I have one. I happen to have fallen into the habit of carrying one around in a sack for the last few months, or keeping him in a cage, depending on their location.
Is he some sort of beast?
Yes. Now, Fourth, remember, be quiet. And I open the sack. Show her.
She looks in, fascinated. Now remember, everyone. We've agreed that the first mystery we find we must follow.
Ooh, this is like one of those stories.
About the boys.
Well,
Out of character.
And along our journey, and then she whispers into the sack, and she's like, "No, this is no beast."
well, it is. Fourth is fourth.
A lot of
Thanks,
people.
Richard. That's great.
What do you mean it's no beast?
Well, he's clearly intelligent, if that's what you mean.
Yes, I think that's true. I think he's one of the people that lives in the underworld.
Yes, we know this. This is a kobold.
And then she actually, let me do my thing here.
Was she speaking, abyssal to him? Did I catch any?
No. Yeah, good question though. Yeah, no, but she she looks in a pouch that she has, kind of changing the subject, and she sifts through some things, and then she stares out in the flop house up in the night sky, and she says, "Tomorrow, it will be misty everywhere. It will be hard to see. It will hang about for 3 days. Some rains will come and go."
Well, that's no good. This keeps happening to us. Can you, Dalton? We got you. We got the creature in the bag. And we got and you. I mean, the three of you together. Can we find this place? We've been here for over a week, and we're still struggling to discover this place.
Well,
We did
GM,
look in the wrong direction.
we did. It's true. That was mostly our own fault. GM, I don't know exactly how effectively Dalton can cope with this sort of weather conditions for tracking and so on. Does it make sense? Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah, unless there's like enough, like there. A few sessions ago, we had something where there were like 3 or 4 weird things going on. I always adhere to you will not get lost except on a 1 in 6. So, which is not in the book, but
Okay.
that's.
Mists are mere mists will not bend me from my appointed path. Driving rain, celestial curses, a blight by an evil power, those might ward me, but mere mists? Shah. I can navigate through some mere mists. We'll be fine.
I mean, we do know it's only 2 days into the forest to the west. I mean, we just start walking, and hopefully we come across some kind of trail or something. Especially with the creature in the bag. Supposedly that's their home, so.
We shan't fail you. Thoth and I are driven by holy purpose and spite.
Oh, don't undercount on spite.
Spite's
I
good.
can't speak to that.
You see, you'll fit right in.
It seems like pleasant company. It's so interesting too. Well, I feel old in my bones. They cry out for rest. She pushes herself up to her feet, hobbles off. She's like, I think I will rest. And the sun rises on the next day, and it's the 5th day.
Alrighty.
I'll take detect evil just in case.
Okay. she is not a being of chaos. However,
Oh, really?
you do detect evil. What is the range again of that?
Hold on. It's wait a minute. It's
120 feet.
Yeah, 120.
120 feet. Okay, so the area around the flop house. There is someone here staying at the flop house that you detect incredible malevolence coming from them.
Did my companions tell me about the father of bandits?
Nope.
Father of bandit, what?
No, they did
The
not.
guy that has all the dead sons.
Oh, the black man, the half mask guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I.
No, they did not tell you about their.
So I don't know. I guess there is a malevolence here, gentlemen, but it's not from her.
Oh, good.
All the more reason to get out of this place. I'm telling you now. Come on.
Perhaps that jackanapes from yesterday.
This town sucks worse than I do.
What jackanapes are those?
Flanagan here had to tussle with one of them. Sorry, was it Alaric or Flanagan? Flanagan, yeah. He yanked him down by the belt from the rafters and chucked him on the floor. And then the man made a most obnoxious proposal.
It was very fun.
As price for employment, and so we said told off in no uncertain terms.
He said he would attend to us and join us in service if he would have the right to salvage our precious treasures from our corpses in the event we should fall, which I thought was a great bit, but obviously we cannot hire such a man. The vibes are too bad.
We should watch our back trail also.
Yeah, we should watch our backs. I mean, these folks might be trailing us now. They know we carry gold and all the rest of it. So let's head out. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Did you guys buy more food?
That's what I wanted to find out. What kind of costs? Because they're going to probably be skyrockets in flight.
I don't have money to buy food with.
I got silver. What do you need?
I got 8 gold.
Yeah, if we could get like
I have
22 days of rations. Okay, if we have 44 days of rations, that's 2 there and 2 back. I think we should bump to like at least 66 in case shit goes weird.
I'll give you 100 silver. Go ahead. What do you want with it?
well, I will also provide.
I'll provide, but I don't know what this is costing yet.
Yeah, what's the cost?
Why don't we
What's
find
the
that out
price?
before we start providing?
Yes, good call.
Yeah, so at the flop house, they don't have rations. So this food will spoil, I'll say within 7 days, all of it.
That's fine. We'll be
Right,
back
so
within
7 days worth of food we can get then.
It's 5 copper pieces per ration, however, serving of fresh food that would spoil.
Okay. So I have...
Do the math, someone. I don't want to.
I'm doing the math. 1 sec. Okay, so
And
I have...
He can only give you about 3 each. But you could probably eat that first, and then...
Yeah.
That includes our men also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alaric, what are your rations?
Yes.
How many are you carrying?
I am carrying 11. Let me double check that because I closed it and I have a terrible memory. 11 days left.
Okay, Magnus and Flanagan.
I've got 4 days of food.
And these are trail rations that last.
Okay. And
Magnus has 34 rations.
we may be good.
Monacan has 22. I really stocked up before we came on this trip. So.
Good call. We don't need to buy anything. We're good. We've
All
got
right.
it.
And how many did they have?
I think we should
3?
still buy everything we can, just because.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just.
All right.
Oh, all right.
You're out for a week, couple of weeks, something happens.
No, 4 days. Like he said, what they
40.
spoil in how many days? 3 days?
3 days times however many people are times 3. That's where I wanted to find out how many.
So 11. We have 11 people. Times
so 33,
33
99.
That's 2.
99 copper pieces.
You also
I
need
pay
to,
for it.
now keep in mind, like I do all the bookkeeping for your mercenaries and stuff on the back end, like if you do an expedition. So no worries, you don't have to do all the logistics for this. But you have a bunch of horses with no one riding them. So I assume this is an interesting thing. After you are worried about them eating horses, you take all of your horses with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I wanted to take more horses than we had people to begin with. We just didn't have enough horses.
Interesting. Okay, very well.
And also want to sell a horse for. Then we'll do that later.
Okay. All right. So Dalton, what direction do you go in? Everywhere around you is obscured with mist. That's what you see.
One quick thing before we set off, I offer the old lady to ride on my second horse.
Okay.
For her to
I assume that
not
she's
strain
on a
herself.
horse since you have so many.
Yeah. Okay. From our current location, assuming anything I've heard is correct, we go west-southwest to get towards the forest.
All right.
Once we're in the forest proper, I believe Forest will be able to help us find known areas.
Yeah. All right. So that's 1 day of travel in the mud.
That's actually what I meant by that. By the way, I thought we were leading the horses. I was telling her to get on the horse and I'll lead her horse, because
Gotcha.
she's old.
All right. You make it to the wood line at dark of a forest stretching out all around you, and Dalton, roll a d6. Twice, actually. Forgot to do the first one. Oh dear, there's the first one.
So 1 and then a 3. 13% of the time, it happens every time.
Alright. I lied. You do not see forests.
What?
The forests are hiding. Whoa! That's cool.
That's beautiful.
That is a very cool picture.
Okay.
Very energetic.
So
Almighty.
you you find yourself just, it seems like an unending, just muddy plains and grass, just the mist is just all around you. It just keeps going and going. At some point, Angel kind of laughs and she's like, it's as if something wanted to do this. How clever. Let's see. Okay, Dalton rolled a 3, and I got. Let's see here. Dalton in the mists. In this direction. Oh wait. Sorry.
I can't see what your gesture.
I'm gonna just draw. I'm gonna scribble on here.
Okay.
Love to scribble.
This is just like top down. This is just a generic representation. So if y'all are here and your sight goes to here with mists, and this is about a half-mile visibility, you see in this direction figures in the mist. Humanoid figures.
So, Ross, were we on the edge of a forest, and did it change? Like,
he had to retcon the forest thing a bit.
I was wrong, yeah.
Yeah,
okay, I see.
I got lost on the way. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, I thought we went through this hallucinatory world or something. I got it.
I mean, that's a pretty
I have to
plausible
roll.
assumption.
I forgot about that.
Roll for what now? Oh, yeah.
Okay, nothing. Everything's fine.
Okay, cool.
Figures in the mist, Dalton.
I alert the crew. My usual assumption in these situations is to avoid contact unless strictly necessary. Does anyone really want to get involved in whoever these guys are or whatever their stuff is?
How big are they? Is this like troll sized again, or is? Can we tell?
At this point, they're getting closer, and you can tell they're human-sized. And in fact, one of them calls out. He says, "Hail, hail there in the mist! Don't fire!"
We shan't.
Put down your bows. Hold your bows, rather.
We're sending someone up to talk.
Oh, I like them already.
Yeah.
Only all humans could be so civil. Watch our flanks.
Yeah, spread out a little bit. I'll go out with the mercenaries onto the flanks a bit.
Okay, so two figures come up.
I'm going dead center.
They come up about 50 yards away, still in the mists, and then they stop near some rocks, and they yell over it, and they say, "Now you send someone out."
I will go out.
Alaric.
Anybody object? Otherwise, I'll just go out.
No, I trust you. You're likable and you're chill.
Alaric,
Also, you're good at kicking ass.
You go out and you see two men. It's clear that they're one of the hunting bands, maybe starting to try to form their own gang out here from Redoubt. This is a different gang from the one at the flop house.
Well, that's good for them.
And a balding man, bulging eyes, and a narrow chin and face and small jawline, small chin. He's like, "The name's Odrin. What's your name? What are you doing in the mists?"
Alaric of Cadence Rest. We're on a scouting mission in the area.
Cadence Rest? I've never heard of such a place.
It was known as Zelka's Keep in the past.
Oh,
We've renovated.
Zelkor's.
Yes.
Are you heading back there?
No, not now. Why, are you interested in going to Zelkor's?
Light, damn it. Yes, of course we're interested in going to Zelkor's. Everyone in this cursed forest would be.
Oh, well, are you staying in the forest, or are you staying in the Redoubt? Oh, I don't know. I'm supposed to know about that. Say that.
Yeah,
that
of
was
course. We're in Anne's Redoubt. I see you. I see you found it. Listen, you need to be careful out here in these forests. There's a gang out here, murderous, leaving bodies in their wake everywhere they go.
I wonder. We met some very questionable fellows in Redoubt that were a gang that offered to come with us under very questionable conditions. But before we go into that, you said you're that. I can't help you right now, but I'd be happy to help you get to Caden's Rest afterwards.
If you're not getting out of this mist right now, it doesn't help us any at all.
Oh, I see. You mean like you didn't mean in general. Well, maybe would you like to come with me into our camp, or do you want me to bring more people out? Because I'm not necessarily the person who knows this area very well.
All right, look, we've been through this a couple of times. It's like this damn forest is just trying to stay misty. It's the damn floodplains. They choke with mist like this. Listen, we will maintain contact. We will go directly away from you from the way we came. We know that area, and you don't follow us, and neither of us fire. That's the deal.
That's fine. I'd be willing to help you later if you so wish it. So if I see you in town and you want to go someplace, you can talk to us about it.
You said that you heard somebody rowdy in town. Was there?
Yes, and I mentioned a description of because I didn't catch his name. Description of the guy who hanging from chandeliers and has a band of like 7 or 8, whatever it was, rowdies.
Faligan.
And what was it?
Faligan. That was Faligan.
Faligan. Okay.
Was there a man?
One eye?
Was there a man named Monacan with him?
No, I haven't heard of that man. Why? Is he in Redoubt as well? The name is not...
Good. Okay, good. He looks at his friend and he says, we'll make it back to Redoubt, and hopefully we'll be able to evade those murderous bastards. Try to make it there in time.
Right, I look forward to seeing you if you're there on the way back.
Aye.
And we'll go stay out of your way, you stay out of ours, we're all good. No worries.
Aye, be careful. If
we
you
will.
hear any word
you
of those murderers, those reavers out here in this forest.
Right, that was Monacan.
Monacan.
Right?
That's
right.
Monacan's gang is what they go by.
Okay.
Right.
Definitely.
And they
travel safely, brother.
They back away into the mists. They travel away from it in the opposite direction.
I look at him very seriously as he leaves, turn around and start smirking uncontrollably as I laugh. And I come back to tell this story.
I told you we shouldn't have killed all those people. I told you we should have just walked away.
Oh, God.
We didn't attack first.
I know.
That is true. We really didn't.
Nope.
But...
Yeah.
Monacan, what the hell did... You know what? I don't even want to ask.
That's not... No, I don't want to know.
I don't want to... Yeah.
Excluding himself?
Monacan is grinning ear to ear right now.
Oh, God.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's like...
gigantic rep.
Monacan's gang. You know it has a certain ring to it, actually.
Yeah.
That must have been why I said it. The poetry almost writes itself, my
We
friend.
can talk about this when we get back. We might have a good business opportunity here.
It has a good meter to it.
It depends, my friend.
We're not selling t-shirts.
But it's not the worst thing in the world to be feared.
It's been my experience. All right, a day passes. And she some light rain comes just at nightfall, which is miserable, and it hangs around for a couple of hours into the night, and then it ends, leaving you in a misty, chilly, cold mud as fall quickly approaches in Albion. And you see her like drawing in the mud and moving like leaves around as if she's talking to them and playing with them. Her voice sometimes becoming mirthful, sometimes falling into a low drone. And then she comes over to you, whoever's on watch, the second watch of the night, and she whispers, "Who's on second watch of the night?"
Me, why not? Okay, no,
Father
him.
Bloombed. She whispers to Father Bloombed, "The mists continue tomorrow." And then she just backs away and goes to sleep. And then the sun rises on a very misty day. It's hard to see around you. Let's see here. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay. At this point, you could just basically pick a direction.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Jeez.
It's just right in on you, like 500 meters.
Okay, so we're in hilly plains, and
And we were supposed to be going west, right?
Mostly like muddy, flat plains for miles around.
okay, and we don't. Can we determine the direction of the sun, or is the light too diffuse?
Make a wisdom save.
Da, 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 da. Wisdom saves. No, I can't. I got nothing, boss.
Yeah, even the sun is diffuse is a good word for it because especially early in the day.
So, Dalton, which direction do we go?
I can't even figure out which direction is west.
Well, we could, if we're not alongside the edge of the hill anymore, then anything, to west is hard. Can we look maybe for the trees, for the moss, and do that little trick? Oh, wait, I'm telling a ranger. He knows.
No, yeah. You'd think that would work better than it does, but in environments like this, everything gets overgrown. The ambient light is enough for the moss to thrive.
Okay.
We might actually just want to hold position for a while until the mist clears.
All right, we've got extra food.
I look to the weather witch. How long until the mist clears?
One more day.
All right, let's do it.
Just chill.
Let's fortify our camp, baby.
Yeah, let's exactly take the time to make a fortifier camp.
Still been marching all over the place. We could use a little rest.
Even like just gathering sticks and weaving some kind of like shelter or arrow shield thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you set up like cover and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You sleep that day. The next day you wake up to wait through the final day of the mist supposedly passing. It is now midday. About as you're doing all this, it's about 3-4 p.m. in the day. You're surrounded by mists, and Dalton, roll a d6.
5.
You can see in the mists. I'll give you a direction here. About in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a large number of figures. A dozen, 2 dozen. Clearly humans scurrying among the rocks, preparing arrows to attack you all.
All right. For once, I finally earned my keep. I warn everybody immediately, and make sure to especially warn Magnus, who is our big gun. And it's just as well we prepped cover.
Yeah. I'll just get behind cover, pull up my arrows.
If he points them out to me, I'm going to cast sleep immediately.
I think that's a good call if you can swing it.
Might want to wait till they get in close, because if it's too far out, their companions might wake them back up.
Well,
They're normal.
In this
They're normal
mist.
humans. Or at
Yeah,
least
but they
appear
could
to
still. They could still, if there's 2 dozen of them, they could still wake each other up.
be. I think it will probably ward them off. But
Well.
you know what? You're probably right.
We got to close the distance anyway with those arrows,
Yeah.
assuming that we,
Okay. Proposal. Sleep spell, and then our 2 knights, Flanagan and Alaric, ride up in melee. From horseback, there'll be a terrifying shock force that should disrupt their morale pretty much immediately. And of course, I'll be coming along with. I just don't have their ability to attack multiple times around.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm in.
If that works for the crew.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Magnus, Dalton points out these figures in the mist. You're able to see them. I assume sleep?
Yep, let me just... Yep.
Okay, let me see if she is going to do anything useful. She might. She is going to... no, this is actually... she's going to cast Fairy Fire. We pointed out. Let's see here. Fairy Fire...
Praise, man.
She does it on the ground because they're setting up this position to fire. So now anybody firing at that. So maybe you don't want to. I don't know how coordinated this is, but she'll tell you. She'll say, "Don't make them fall asleep." One who pulls on the other, and then she makes like this eerie glow to appear in the mist on some of the figures. And you can hear them kind of freaking out. And she yells over and she says, "Kill them first." And all right.
Should I roll up the D? What's the hit dice here?
Yeah, one hit die. Pretty sure. Yeah, one hit die. And yeah, I know we're resolving the spells in advance, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, that's up to you whether or not we got...
No, let's do it. Let's do it. And then, meanwhile, anybody moving on horseback, you can move all the way up to the tokens.
So that's 11 of them in the group that is not fairy fired.
So I'm going to kind of move them away. So it'll be clear, because I'm not going to take the time to indicate which ones. So the rest of these are nearby, so a bunch of them have this fairy fire. Okay, and if you've moved up, you can also attack as well.
Okay. God. Oops. So I guess we get all of. If we've moved, we still get all 4 attacks if these are 1 hit dice, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. And you also have +1 to hit on top of all that.
Oh my gosh!
Because of fairy fire.
As usual, if I'm attacking multiple times, I roll high. That's the only time.
You do well all the time.
No, I roll low when it's one-on-one.
What armor class is
missiles?
this?
Are we doing? Sorry, is this missiles?
We are currently the melee stage of things, I believe.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying. You can also have Monacan fire before they get there if you want.
True. Thank you.
How many? What's their armor class?
14.
Plus? Okay. Oh my gosh, I hit.
I suspect
With a 9, I can hit. That's amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, let's see here. Alaric, you kill 1, 2, 2.5.
I miss on 1 attack.
I do 6, 6, 3, and 5 damage. 4 hits.
I miss,
6,
unfortunately.
6, 3, and 5. Okay, so you'll kill 4 of them, including Alaric.
Oh my God.
And then Dalton, you do...
Nothing.
Nothing.
I rolled a 3 on my attack.
Gotcha.
Dark Spear is just like violent. Like there's just blood everywhere. And this thing is piercing chests.
Oh my gosh.
The wicked weapon.
And
Yeah.
Father Blue.
I move up to here. I take cover behind a tree. I have 2 hold person spells. I'm gonna wait, come out the next round.
Okay. And then Monacan, what'd you get? 2, 3, 4.
Nothing. If you said AC 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay, so most of these are dead on the spot, and the rest are asleep.
Among the ones I've attacked, do they look familiar to that other group or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it looks like this dude was trying to lead
Yep.
a bunch of people out into the forest. Now I'm going to see if he's alive or if it's a different one. He is. It's a 1.
And then I'm gonna, when I recognize them,
he's like,
and
wait, friend. I think there's a misunderstanding. We were just out here, and I think it's all just gotten confused. You've killed all my men. You've killed all my friends. Please, this is just a misunderstanding.
You had the misfortune of running
who's he talking
into.
to where?
He's so I'm sorry. A couple of things happened that I didn't clarify. All these are asleep. All of these had fairy fire on them. You slew all of them but one, and I rolled to see who that is, and that is, I got that chaos die gave me that it was, what's his name? Sorry, it's back here.
Pelican.
Faligan.
Oh, fucking guy. Nice.
He had organized a posse to come out and try to take your stuff.
Oh, I guess we get to keep this stuff. And I really have a very dark sense of humor with this guy. I guess we get to keep this stuff.
He grins.
You pushed the joke too far, friend.
You know what? You're right. You can keep the stuff. You're right. I think that's a fair deal. And then we'll go back together.
No. You're going on your own, by yourself, without any stuff but what you're carrying on you.
We can't trust them. I say we force them to come with us.
We can't trust them in that regard either.
Yeah, it's just him.
No, we can trust them to go into the dungeon and set off traps before us.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Attract the attention of Vorlak's gang. Oh, you never know.
I don't want them with us.
It's hard to see how they're useful alive at all.
I tend to agree.
Right. I find that hard to believe as well. But, we're going to strip them of all their gear, and they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
The only one that keeps his gear is the head guy, because he wasn't dead.
Oh, no. We strip all of them of all their gear.
Oh, it suits my humor to let him with his gear, but all right.
No, because if they need, then they have no means of survival on their own, and they must make back to Anne's Redoubt or somewhere. Although if they go back to...
Oh, you think this guy's going to do well by himself with the only weapon and everybody else when he starts ordering them around?
If he makes peace with the light, perhaps he will make it.
Yeah. I say, them all stripped, including everything they have on them. And now this guy happens to have stuff. Maybe if the other guys want the stuff, they take the stuff. I don't know.
I can't agree to that. I think the man is a demon master.
He's obviously a highway robber, a murderer,
right?
And a thief.
Well, let's just kill him then. Either we kill him or give him some way to defend himself. But I can't.
I'm with Flanagan on this. If we wish to kill, we should kill, but it's not healthy to indulge in games of cruelty.
What's cruelty?
I see nothing cruel about it.
Cruel. I'm not. They can run back to what is it called? Anne's Redoubt.
I'd call it excessively merciful.
So this is a fun, and don't worry, I think it's skirting on the edge of that neutral territory, which is delicious. It's a lot of fun. But so don't worry about chaos points in this case, but all of it's interesting. Father Bloombad, you're the tiebreaker.
I think this is a lesson for them.
We strip them. I've done that before. Remember that evil guy?
But what I find amusing is
I was there for that.
It was.
Let me talk for a sec. Go ahead.
It is.
The tiebreaker is what?
We strip them of their gear.
Okay, yeah, cool.
If they're worthy of the light, then they'll make it back to civilization.
Trial by ordeal. Very medieval.
Yeah, so you got 3.
How many days out are we?
About 3. That's enough. You can survive. You can survive without food.
They might have trouble getting what I meant their gear. I wasn't really caring about their food.
All right. Well, we voted that, so here we go. So we got.
Yep.
So the gear that you get from them. One thing in particular is useful from Faligan is you find he's got a red vial of some kind of liquid that he's found.
Yep, that's a good one.
And then there's a whole bunch of different assorted coins, which I'm not going to calculate right now.
That's cool.
And because you forced a bunch of them asleep, all of their stuff is in good condition. So there's a whole bunch of ring armor, if anybody could make use of that. Short bows with arrows, shields, and short swords.
The arrows we can definitely use, and the rest of it we'll take anyway.
Yeah, can we carry all that? Like whatever
I
we
don't
can
think we
carry.
can.
All
well,
these
we got-
spare
you said-
horses.
you
What are
said
these
that-
spare horses?
You
We got
said,
tons of spare horses.
yeah, you said
True,
you had a
true,
bunch
true,
of
true.
spare horses. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
even if we have
everything
to dump the stuff, we're going to dump it far away from here.
everything
Well,
we
here's
can
the-
is great because it's trade material back at Anne's Redoubt potentially, and
Oh,
or
yeah.
it's stuff to bring back for the Hounds.
Here's another thing, though. This guy tracked us in the mist
I think he got
and
lucky.
didn't get lost. Oh, okay, Ranger.
I got unlucky, okay? It happens. 13% of the time, every time.
He doesn't like his chances as you prepare to ride off. He's like, wait, this is just a misunderstanding, fellas. We can work this out. All his men are behind him just glaring at him for the fix that he's got him into, and he looks back. He's like, please, we can work this out.
I believe you can, I mutter under my breath.
I don't think he wants us to work this out any further. This is about as good a deal as he's going to get.
Well, I do hope he gets back. I mean, I'd be happy to see him change. I mean, I
agree.
always think about what Caden would say, and I think he would. Well, actually, I don't know. He sometimes
Caden would beat his head in with a big iron stick.
Maybe you're
Caden
right.
would have just killed him. Caden was
Maybe
a meaner
you're
man than me.
Yep.
All Magnus can think about is being chased by obnoxious bands of these types of ragamuffins.
Yeah.
No, leave them to their fate. As the holy man says.
Yeah. That's what
I
the
do
holy man
hope they make
says,
it
I
back, though. That would be the funniest thing.
If
Yeah,
if they make it back, then indeed my faith will be strengthened.
Yeah, I'm not. That's why I said I'd be happy to leave them with the food to come back, but not anything else.
Okay, so
That's cool.
the rest of the day passes without any incident, and you make camp, and fortunately the sun rises in the next morning and it burns off the mists, and you can see, and it's now a sunny day, and it's pretty clear, in fact, and you can see that you basically traveled kind of in the opposite direction down to the southeast instead of the southwest. Miles and miles away, you can see the expanse of forest you were aiming for in the mist. Dalton, what do you do?
I think we're going to walk towards the forest now that we can see it.
All right, roll a d6.
Oh, God.
Well, actually, no, you have the map, right? So
No, I mean, yeah, but we can also see the forest now.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
gonna be-
As we're doing that, I kind of want to point something out on the map, actually. Like maybe at night, Flanagan's been putting together these maps that we guys made when you're back at Anne's Redoubt. I just shared it on Discord. It seems like I don't know who mapped this or who did this, but there was deep inside this forest a barbarian mine camp.
That's to the west.
Magnus, maybe you could ask this creature what that if that is the place where Vorlak lives. I don't know. It's on the other side of the forest.
No,
It's
no,
like it's a little town to the west. I was there.
we've been there before.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
I know. Why were
actually,
you?
Magnus
I'm
has
asking.
not. Magnus
Go
hasn't
ahead.
been there.
It's
So
like
that's a
it's like
town?
a week and a half to the west. Yeah. It's a hotel.
Oh, it is.
totally
Okay,
different
good,
place.
good. All right.
What were you going to say,
That's
Magnus?
helpful to map.
I said we've been there, and then I realized actually Magnus hasn't been there. It was Ox that was there, and he died.
Oh,
So
So-
that what you just said is
Who's
helpful,
there?
though. This isn't to. Let's not discount the information you just gave because it's important. It's a town a week and a half to the west.
Yeah, it's like a week and a half. I mean, under the conditions we traveled under, it was like a week and a half to the west.
Okay,
We
well
got
that's good to know.
food
Thank
and
you.
lumber for Anne's Redoubt there, and that's how they were able to build that new palace in.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
I know how to get there, so I mean, fast travel's available to go there, right?
potentially. Let's see
Yeah,
if we
that's
can
good
get
to know.
close Vorlak.
Fast travel, but
Yeah, that's good to know. Thank you.
Vorlak time.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Okay. You roll a d6, Dalton, and then let's see what we can do.
Here we go. 5.
Nice. All right.
Not a 1.
You travel into the wilderness. And now you find yourself surrounded by these old trees that not hardly anyone has passed among in many ages. The forest floor is choked with the underbrush and growth and all of the. There are streams everywhere running among the underbrush from the heavy rains and all the precipitation that has washed through this area in late August. Let's see here. Not that. And then Dalton, roll one more d6, please.
1 sec. 6.
6. Okay. So 2 things happen. First of all, at this point, Forth, is eager to begin his work and try to show you the way to get to the to Vorlak.
Cool.
And he starts going from tree to tree. Let me see how he does. Nice. That's what I wanted. And then Dalton, meanwhile, among the underbrush, kind of in this direction, towards evening, as you're searching the forest for this entrance to whatever it is Forth is looking for, you see a big figure rise up and then suddenly run off and dash into the forest away from you.
Mm.
She fairy fire that guy?
I think I'd sleep him immediately if you can.
Yeah, maybe.
If it's possible, I will.
Magnus, nap time.
All right.
Tuck him in. Give him a nice.
Tuck him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
The range is 240 feet.
Magnus,
good.
Dalton points out this thing. It's a 6 hit die.
Well,
hell is that?
I don't even know if it can be affected by sleep.
Oh, we'll find out.
The table goes up to 4 to 4 plus.
Yeah,
and the number affected is 1 at that point, and
Yeah, I would think then no.
So probably not is my
It's a
guess.
level
Our
1
lady
spell,
friend-
so I think it's it.
Can our lady friend fairy fire him?
Sure. To what end, though?
We could follow.
You're going to try to follow him into the forest?
Do you guys want to?
I could track him if you wish.
Sure.
My assumption is that we would sleep him and it would be easy to interrogate. But if we have to run him down in the forest, that changes the calculus a bit.
Yeah.
If we run him down, then we don't have to worry about getting attacked in the morning or having them ready for us.
True. All right. I'm down for it if you are.
She says.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, quick vote. If left hand if you want to pursue, right hand if you want to hold.
Well, the casting is going to have to be decided pretty quickly.
yeah, I feel like it's just a spontaneous, like, just do it or not do it,
Okay.
and that's how I feel at least.
Okay. In that case, heretic. Does she cast?
I say yeah. I mean, because like
All right.
what we're doing
Yes.
is like this is our advantage is that we can catch him and stop whatever's going to happen.
Let's hunt this thing down. Yeah.
Using that fairy fire, and on horseback, you're able to. Actually, that's not true. In forests, let's see, horses in forests. This is like in swampy, marshy, muddy. This is not easy for a horse. So actually, you kind of have 2 options. You can either kind of leave your horses or leave people with your horses and run ahead, or you can, or it's going to outrun you.
We could leave the witch and the 3 hirelings.
Okay.
Pursue it.
You can
Right?
do that.
I mean, are you guys cool with that?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I can pop. I'll ditch my. I've got my quick release like haversack. I'll just ditch that and just start. I can move at 12 then.
Who's got the high? Well, we'll make it strength. Who's got the high strength? Alaric?
I have high strength. I don't know if it's the highest.
Make a strength save. Let's see if you can
Mine's
catch up to this
14.
thing.
Mine's 14. What's yours, Alaric?
Let me see.
I'm 15.
Oh, see, I think some people got beat on me. I'm 14 only, so you're actually even stronger.
Strong and old.
Make a strength
Do it.
save.
Okay.
All right, you catch up to this thing. It's one of those moss men.
Ah, boy.
It's terrified and it's running for its life.
Oh, well,
Let's hack it down, I guess. 6 hit dice. Oh, man, I didn't know that.
no, I don't know, man. It's running for its life. Well,
Yeah, okay, just let it go. Sure. This is what
Especially-
happens when we're doing this, right? We're going to be off of chasing her its lair for 4 more days. I agree. Let's let it go. That's my
Alright.
vote, at least.
Okay.
So you got 2 to let it go, and then you've got 2.
Say
3
pursue. I
chases.
mean, what if a bunch of them attack us in the middle of the night?
Oh, you've caught up. If you want to start fighting it, you can do that.
Nah. It's not. I thought it might have been Vorlak.
Okay, Alaric.
Yeah,
I might be aligned with him.
Alaric and Magnus. What do you all want to do? Fight or let it go?
I would fight this, one less of those things to deal with.
Fight. Okay, you're the tiebreaker
All right.
for Magnus.
Fight.
Fight. Very well. So be it. Here we go.
It's not much to gain other than the fact that whittles one more of them down that we're going to be dealing with later eventually.
I suppose.
I can take it.
I'd rather take them alone than in groups.
All right, roll a d6, Dalton.
Let's wrap this up.
And
4.
4. All right, it got a 5. And
Cornered, it turns or it runs. I don't know.
you all are right up there on it. Of course, Magnus, presumably not. You know.
Yeah, no thank you.
Monacan with you, obviously. Monacan can fire 1 round.
Okay, actually,
Or you can use backstab, of course. Your choice.
he's going to try to get around behind this thing with the bastard sword.
Nice.
Let's see. He is going to.
I don't know how far I can make it in this turn.
Yeah, you can make it around behind him. Absolutely. +6, and it's got 1, 2 attacks. Okay, so it's going to attack Alaric because it just sees that gleaming sword.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 attacks at +6 is a 18 hit
Oh, yeah. Solid.
and a 13.
That misses.
Okay, so this is the first one. It does claws you for 2 points of damage. Nice.
Okay.
All right, and it's your all's turn. You can attack.
Is it aware of me, of Manakan?
Mm-hmm. I mean, what if you can do a backstab?
Trying to backstab
Yeah,
here.
you can do a backstab. You got it.
Do we get a
on the
bonus for
class
fairy
15.
fire?
Yes, plus
Yeah, that's right.
1.
+1. Yeah.
So I hit it, right?
Yep.
I do 4 damage.
4
With Dark
damage.
Spear.
All right. 4. Gotta roll.
Daggone it.
On it.
6.
I rolled a 23, but unfortunately I also rolled a 2.
That doesn't count. Manakan misses with his bastard. Well, no, he's at a +4. It's at a +4, right?
+4 from behind.
That's right.
In that case, yeah, let's see. He's at a +1, so 14, 18.
18 hits. Yeah.
18 plus 4, right?
Okay, Father Boonbad, 5 points. Okay, and then who else here?
I hit only 2.
2 damage. Okay,
What's the
14.
No, I mean
Yes.
what? But no, I mean what is the for level 5 thief? I can't remember. Is it triple damage or
I think it's double damage at 5.
No, it's triple at 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
does that just mean you multiply the result times 3, or you roll 3d8?
Roll 2d8 and add 9 to it.
Nice.
2d8 and
Nice.
add 9 to it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Locho, come on.
5 plus 9 is 14 damage. Describe how Monacan kills it.
Nice.
Wow.
It's not pretty.
Execution move.
It's not pretty, so I actually won't describe it, but it has to do with the midsection.
And ropes, I got it.
You know, it's how it goes.
All right.
From behind with a troll.
This thing
Burn this carcass.
has nothing of value on it. You can burn it. This takes 3 hours to do all this and make it back to the group. It is now nightfall.
Wounded.
Right.
Oh, I was slightly wounded. 2 points. I wouldn't use it on me.
Oh, no. You're full.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Finally, the sun rises the next morning after you make it back camp, and 4 points to a cave entrance.
Ooh.
Ross, there was something I wanted to do yesterday. I did take Detect Magic yesterday morning. I wanted to cast that on the items we took from Ollinger.
Sure. There's the red vial is a magic. It has magic.
Nothing else?
Nothing else.
Okay.
And
It's not poison.
That's where we'll end the adventure.
Red is usually